When the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie's here grabbing that microphone.
Let me grab something to speak with. It's Wednesday.
I was out a little late last night. We had a little, and we'll get into what happened on Front Street.
Yeah, but you shook the whole time, didn't you?
I was cold, and I treated the Christmas tree lighting last night like it was a wreck in rain. Jump out, take a picture, and go, whoop, I got to go.
But
that
you won't
was
even come with me.
cold.
You won't even come with me today.
Well, I'm not going with you.
Won't
diving
even hang
in
out
20-degree weather. Have you lost it?
We've got cold weather gear, and you don't know if it'll work if you don't get in the water. I'm the director. I'm going to show them from shore.
Well, you just keep right on doing what you're doing, and I'll check back with you because I ain't going.
If you don't hear from me, check on me or something.
A man has got to know his limitations in life, and I know mine. Let us introduce you to somebody that's going to be our guest this morning. We are proud to welcome this fella here, Andy Gibson.
Good morning.
Commissioner. Let me word it just right there.
Right. Great to be with you. Thank you. I feel right at home with my hat right here. Thank you, Scotty.
You know, that's my favorite color. My felt is that color. I love that color.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of become my trademark like yours has become yours. And I said, I'm coming right at home here on the Scotty Ray Report. So thank you for having me, and I'm going to wear my hat today if that's all right.
Absolutely. Yes. They, you know, I'll say this. As a kid when I was in high school, I have never changed. I wear the same clothes I did when I was a kid. I got picked
it was smaller clothes.
But I got picked on as a kid because they called me farm boy and all. You know how that was, how kids were. Never, ever, ever let
that was at
Northeast Lauderdale High School. But never let someone else's stray you from where you're headed, your path. It didn't me, and I'm sure that you got teased too.
I have the exact same testimony. I grew up on a farm out in the country in Rankin County, and I've always had a hat, always had a bolo tie. And people, you know, would say country boy and all this, but truth is, it is who I am, and so I don't worry about that. And frankly, it is who most of Mississippi is.
It is.
You know, people need to get over themselves and trying to be, you know, fashionistas or whatever. Just be ourselves. And now, since I've been commissioner, I get to wear it out in the Dixie National Rodeo and all the great things that we do at the fairgrounds. So, you know, just be yourself and let the rest of the folks be themselves and get over it.
Do I need to? And I don't know if you know this from because I saw the lineup. Do you know it from memory of who else?
We got Old 60. We got Muscadine Bloodline. We got Tanya Tucker. We got Mark Chestnut and some others that are slipping in my mind right now. But I'll get that up here for you in just a minute with all the full lineup for the Dixie National Rodeo. And you need to get your tickets now because they are going fast.
Oh, I bet so.
Yeah, it's the largest rodeo east of the Mississippi River. Of course, folks here in Lauderdale County know the legendary Ralph Morgan, and we're keeping his legacy alive at the Dixie National, and it is bigger and better than ever, frankly. We're really proud of the record-setting Dixie National Rodeo that we've had the last several years, and the livestock show. Don't ever forget the heart and soul of this event is our livestock, 4-H, FFA, and all the great livestock shows that we have here. A lot of different horse shows. So yeah, come see us.
Joe Nichols,
that's right.
Waylon White,
yeah, up and coming. We had a good mix of the up and coming folks that some people may have never heard of, but the young people have, and they're buying those tickets like hotcakes. And then we want to make sure we get Tanya Tucker back here at least one more time. She's a great legend, and we're looking forward to her. And
61st year. This will be February. Will be the 61st year of the Dixie National.
That's exactly right.
I've talked about this. We had the Sheriff's Rodeo here a few weeks ago, and I was a part of Ralph's show for I can't tell you how many years I stood in that arena and we done the games and talked. The rodeo is really the last American sport, and I call it a sport that really recognizes the American heroes with that flag every night.
Every night, and we stand at attention, and we do remove our hat for Old Glory.
Absolutely.
And we sing our beautiful national anthem. And I tell folks that, it's an honor to be part of this rodeo, but really any rodeo, because we do honor our country. And I also like to remind folks that rodeo is the original American sport. You know, there's those that have taken knees and over the years. We don't do that in rodeo. So if you love America, you love rodeo. Those two things come right together. We're proud to keep it going in a big kind of way here in Mississippi.
As they say, it's the greatest show on dirt.
The greatest show on dirt.
I do believe that. Yeah. As we get this morning going, again, it didn't get near as cold last night as we thought it would. 34 is the coldest I've seen in the Meridian area. It was supposed to get to 24, but the wind offset that, and my teeth chattered last night. I can't lie.
The wind chill made you think twice about having a thicker jacket on.
It did.
All day yesterday, it was tough. Even when Michael Ted had his truck revealing and ribbon cut, and then we went outside to the big barbecue pit, and I saw that burn house. Yeah. It felt kind of good when you got a little close to it.
Yeah, it did.
That wind was tough yesterday.
Lots going on today. We're going to do a recap of some of the events and news stories that came across America and to our local communities there. We were out last night at something. We'll tell you about it next. Mm-hmm. If you've got a birthday, anniversary, something good like that, let us know. If you've got a question for Andy, please do so, because he's asking for your vote for governor. We're going to get into that in just a moment here of why he wants to be your governor. We're going to let him tell his story. All that's up and coming.
Hey, Ben, did you approve this?
What? Tax credit match, double your savings. Who did this? Where did this come from?
Ben, I really love the new promo.
Come with me. Hey. Who do you think you are? Oh, Annie, it's you. Where did this all go out to?
Our whole service area.
Double your savings when we match your tax credit. Environment Masters.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
It's Michael Guest. Americans veterans have defended our liberties. In return, our nation has promised to care for their health and wellness through the VA. Unfortunately, sometimes it is a challenging system. I'm working on the Appropriations Committee by fully funding VA care and benefits, including expanding care for rural veterans. Some of the most rewarding work I do is through my Constituent Services program. If you need help, call my office. Thank you for your service.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we begin this day at 34. I was traveling along Highway 19. I hadn't quite made it to College Park yet, and I noticed the police had a car pulled over, so I stopped and I got out video it. Then my phone started ringing saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm on 19. And they said, "No, you need to be on Arthur." And I said, "Well, I'm at Arthur Street." So I went over. I had to go around the police because it looked kind of serious. Let me show you some video of what I was looking at yesterday. Here's what we had. Please stop this car. Now, needless to say, there's somebody in that car that they want pretty bad. As I went around, I took a right by McDonald's, and the first person I saw was the fire chief. And I said, What's Michael Ted doing?
He's everywhere.
And he's wearing a bulletproof vest. And I said, "Well, normally you don't do that at a fire." Well, he had gone ahead and pitched in, took one for the team, and joined the Meridian Police Department. And the SWAT team is, they went in a house.
Oh, well.
And the person they were after was in that car that was stopped on 19. Now, they're going to release later today. I gave Scouts honor. I wouldn't open my mouth until they got the press release.
The who, what, where, and when.
Yeah, and that's going to be released later today. But pretty big little crime there they've got this guy for. And great job by our police on this.
Yes.
They went in this house. There was absolutely no one harmed, no one hurt. All the streets were blocked off. And I'm telling you, my phone was ringing left and right of what's going on. Fire chief on scene. It was hilarious as we got there. But safe, the guy was taken into custody, and they let the passengers go in the car. They had nothing to do with the crime they had done. They were let loose, and that's what that was about. We'll get details hopefully by this afternoon of what all that was about.
Sure, they'll have a press conference.
Yeah. Or release something to that effect.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean no harm by what I'm fixing to say, but sometimes you just got. I feel like it's another Fred. I see Odie's face. He's seeing what I'm seeing here. Bill.
It reminds you of Van Astor in a way, don't it?
I know it's said if you can't say nothing nice, don't say it at all. But I read this story, but y'all remember the commercial, Dude, You're Getting a Dell?
Yeah.
The Dell computer.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't never really thought much about those people, but they're giving a lot of money to a foundation, and they put a picture of him and his wife.
They could have used some of that money. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I was thinking.
But I had to, they need, with all this money, they need a publicist that handles their picture taking. Yeah. She caught me off guard. I won't make it. Andy, I'm not asking you to say that.
Catches a lot of people off guard.
I'm not going to comment. I'll take a look.
Yeah, because I thought, this is going to sound ugly, Odie, but I would almost in person do a Crocodile Dundee check.
Well, look at that.
She scared me. Just a wee bit there.
I think they used money on one spot anyway.
They spent some money there in that area, but it was. I ain't being ugly, but I really thought it was a man at first with a wig, and I thought surely. But they're good folks because they gave a lot of money to help somebody. But it caught me off guard there. You know how you almost spit your coffee out?
I almost did.
It did there. Now, as always, I want to bring this up before we get back to Andy this morning. Whenever, because so many times you'll see somebody arrested and accused. Yeah. And if they're cleared, you never hear of it. No one ever brings it up. We always make a point, if we find out somebody's been cleared of some charges, you go through with what you done the first time. And a Meridian police officer has been 100% cleared of all charges in a Jasper County court yesterday. About 2:30, Ben was cleared of all this. Ben Moore, y'all know his daddy. He's Enterprise.
Constable and police chief, I believe.
Enterprise.
So,
but
this was done, and this was
June.
not done in Clarke County either.
Right.
The court was held in Jasper County.
Moved.
And there's a lot, and I didn't read everything, but there's a lot of comments on this.
It is.
But the judge in Jasper County had nothing to do with the case, has released Ben Moore and said that he is found 100% not guilty. And I know that every time somebody wins, somebody loses. We understand
Correct.
that. Prayers for everybody involved. But like you said, you brought forth where he was arrested. And you don't stick this on the back page and hope somebody reads it on A10.
No, you can't do that.
You speak about it just like you spoke about the arrest, and that is he is freed and cleared from all charges.
That makes two police officers that as
right.
you remember, Kevin Boyd was cleared of all charges against him just a month or so ago. So congratulations to both of them. I know it's the weight of the world.
Right.
If something like that is taken off and cleared in our court system. So I'm sure there's going to be some people that go against whatever's said, but that's just the way it is, and he's cleared 100% there. Our little Amen guy is back again this morning. He's here every day. If you're just tuning in, Commissioner Andy Gibson joins us today, and you're running for governor.
I sure am.
Tell us why you want to be our governor.
Well, my wife Leslie and I have been praying about this for a couple of years now, and I really feel like Mississippi is such a great place. First of all, we love our state, we love our people. I love serving as your agriculture commissioner, but the need for solid, proven, conservative leadership, and I feel that the Lord has called me to do this. I honestly have that clear sense about this decision. So I went off and prayed about it back in the month of May, and in June I did announce that I will be running for governor in 2027. You can look around, you can look at my record. I've got a pretty clear and open and solid record, a very clear record of being a proven conservative leader for the state. I served in the state legislature legislature as a policymaker, stood up for our Second Amendment freedoms, our religious freedoms, all of the important work that we as Mississippians believe in, and public safety is absolutely critical. I believe this. If people don't feel safe, nothing else matters. And I have gained that experience in helping run the state fairgrounds in the center of Jackson, Mississippi.
Ooh, Lord.
Let me tell you something. One of the most difficult jobs that I've ever had is to keep having the largest rodeo east of the Mississippi River and the state fair in the most dangerous city in America at one time. Thank goodness Chokwe Lumumba is gone, but
correct.
But that doesn't change the public safety issue. So one of the things that I see the need as I travel the state is there is a growing influx of criminal activity in a lot of different areas of our state. A lot of it's gang activity, some of it's coming from other states, drugs creeping in here, and we need to crack down on this. I've learned that the way to handle lawlessness is simply enforce the law. And our great sheriffs, like you got here in Lauderdale County, all across the state, police chiefs are doing a great job, but we need to give them the support they need at the state level. And on day one, and when I'm elected governor, I'm going to form a task force, a statewide law enforcement task force to work with, at the request of our local law enforcement, to root out these gangs, these criminal actors, and we will make examples of them on day one. And you know what I've learned in operating the fairgrounds? The others will get the devil out of Dodge when they hear that the law is actually being enforced. And this applies to illegal immigration, too. When you actually enforce the law, it helps the good folks to keep on keeping on, and it puts the fear of God in the lawless, and they will flee. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. And I believe that that's one of the top things we're going to have to focus on as we look to the next decade, to make sure people feel safe again in our local communities. We're not going to let the criminal element take over. Economic development. I'm proud of the work that we're doing in Mississippi. We got a great thing going on, but we need to make sure that we keep agriculture, which is the number one industry in this state, as the backbone of our industry. If you don't eat, nothing else matters. So public safety, our food supply, agriculture, forestry. We got a great. We're here in the backbone of the forestry industry right here in Mississippi, and we've had so much foreign stuff dumped in on us from whether it's Mexico or Canada, Canadian wood. I just learned last week Brazil is shipping in pulp from their deforested jungles down there, pulp that's undercutting our timber markets, and making sure we keep agriculture and forestry priority number one. That's the backbone. It is the biggest industry in our state. Poultry, forestry is number two, soybeans on after that. And then also, most folks probably don't know this about me, but I spent 20 years making a good living, practicing law, putting business deals together. I represented companies across the state, local companies that want to raise capital to grow their business, and I'm proud of the work that I learned in that experience, and I want to take that to get new and bigger and better deals for the people of Mississippi and bring more jobs, good paying jobs right here to the state. Keep on doing the work that we're doing and make sure people feel safe, and we keep agriculture strong at the same time. If you don't eat, nothing else matters, and if you don't feel safe, nothing else matters. Those are priorities of mine as I'm launching this campaign to be your next governor in 2027. And I want your vote, and I want your support. I'm humbly asking for it.
Let me ask this, as we go back on this. So you brought up Jackson, Mississippi. I want to touch on this, of how Capitol Police, before, one couldn't go from one city to the next, each city limits, they wouldn't allow anybody in. This task force that you brought up, would you make it to where the law has a lot larger reach in Mississippi of enforcing what's already there?
Absolutely. I absolutely will. Capitol Police has been a game changer for us on the state fairgrounds to have that presence, just having a law enforcement presence there, literally having.
Kind of like Andy going through the streets.
That's right. Blue lights. I mean, it has a deterrent effect. We want to deter that folks are even thinking about doing bad. I've been on TV. I told them, if you're up to no good, you don't want to come to the fairgrounds because we're going to catch you and you're going to jail. real. And I think that's the message that we have to have, having that law enforcement presence across the state in these high crime communities, high crime areas. And they really are all over Mississippi, from DeSoto County all the way to the Gulf Coast, all the way in between, from Vicksburg to Meridian, all in between. There are pockets of criminal activity that are growing, and we have got to step up for our people and make sure we enforce the law and protect the good folks and put the fear of God in the criminals.
You know, one thing that has come across, not just in Mississippi, but nationally, is how China is coming in and buying our land.
Yeah.
And that was something that came up through the legislation.
Mm-hmm.
But what are your thoughts on making it where no Chinese company can come in and own land in the great state of Mississippi?
Well, I actually chaired a committee that the legislature put together, and we recommended that they ban it, but they didn't ban it. What they did was put some loopholes in there, and I'm telling you, on day one, I'm going to end it. I'm going to sign an executive order to end the Chinese and our enemies coming in here owning even a fraction of a percent of an acre. It is a foreign influence that has crept into our society, crept into our state, and we need to end it. We need to also end our dependence on foreign countries for our markets. I mean, I support President Trump and what he's doing to bring back domestic production. When I say we need to support agriculture and forestry, I mean this. We need to be processing everything that we grow, not sending cotton off to be processed into a T-shirt in Asia, but actually doing it here in Mississippi.
Bringing manufacturing
value-added manufacturing, bring it back. And with the technology that's out there today, we can do that. And we need to stop depending on these foreign countries and stop allowing them to come in here messing up our economy. I'll give you another example. The European Union has passed something called the EUDR, the European Union Deforestation Rule, and they won't even let folks buy our Mississippi wood here because they think if you cut a tree, you're deforesting something. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It is.
Wow.
And so we're working with the Trump administration to block that, to negotiate it away. But we've just got to start looking out for ourselves. I call my agenda Mississippi first. Let's put Mississippians first. Let's put America first. Support what President Trump is doing. Value add what we already produce, whether it's soybeans. We already do that with chicken. We do a lot with timber. We can do more. And everything we produce, from sweet potatoes, blueberries, all the way down to the Gulf Coast seafood, bring it back domestic. Feed America.
Catfish.
We're number one in catfish.
Right there.
I got to tell you this. People need to know this. I went to an ag conference last year, and they told us that in 20 years, the Southeast will be the food production capital of the United States.
Really?
Yeah, because water is drying up out in California, and they won't even let you use whatever water they have. The Midwest is drying up. Texas is drying up. So the experts from the financial industry at CoBank actually predicts in 20 years, 19 years now, Mississippi will be the epicenter of food production for our country. And we can capitalize on that and bring those jobs here and make sure that we keep the most important industry alive, which is agriculture, keep our people fed, and increase the value for our farmers. Value-added vertical integration here in the state of Mississippi. That's my vision for economic development.
So talking about keeping families safe here at home, and we see where President Trump has gone in and used the National Guard, and I didn't hear the National Guard from you, which is good, but you're saying that possibly having a task force that if Sheriff Solly or Chief Sanders was to call and say, hey, I need a little bit of help, you'll have a task force that could come in here and say, okay, let's band together, let's work together, and let's help you clean up the streets and hold the bad guys accountable.
That's exactly right. We will, on day one, establish that task force. We will deploy it to those who request it in every community, and it's exactly what we've done on the fairgrounds. I mean, we assembled a task force of statewide law enforcement, everybody from the Highway Patrol, Department of Public Safety, Capitol Police. You've even got wildlife officers out there that are working together to keep folks safe. And there's no reason in the world we can't do that in every affected community that is being held hostage by criminals. We will not allow them to take over Mississippi. I will not allow it to happen.
Did I say sheriff?
And I will say this.
You did.
Ward, I am so sorry,
coming
sir.
after you.
I am so. Sheriff Calhoun. I don't know.
Well, hey, look.
It's Wednesday. I wasn't.
Whoever it is, if they need help, we're going to help them. And I'll tell you this: we'll also have the National Guard on standby to help. I support what President Trump is doing. I would have sent the National Guard into Jackson 4 or 5 years ago.
It needed it. Oh, let me tell you.
If I had the power to do it, and when I'm governor, I will, and we'll clean this mess up. You just got to enforce the law, and that also applies to illegals. I mean, out there, whether it's the folks getting the illegal driver's license for the truck drivers, or if it's the folks who are illegally, taking jobs away from Mississippians. There's a place for illegal immigration. We want folks to come here legally, but those who are coming here illegally, we're going to make sure they understand there are laws for a reason, and they want to make sure that they abide by those laws.
The truck driver, that's something that touches home, because my real life job, I have to deal with 18-wheeler wrecks and everything else. And one thing that we have to deal with is truck drivers that come through here have a wreck, and we have no way to talk to them because they cannot speak any kind of English. And I want you to touch on that. We need to take a quick commercial break, and as soon as we get back, touch more on the driver's license for illegals.
Absolutely.
Those LS tractors are rolling in to Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina. Keith and the gang will have a LS tractor that fits your needs, from a professional end of it, or maybe it's just deer plots that you need a tractor for. Starting at a 26 horsepower, 40 horsepower, or even larger. Don't forget to ask about that 0% financing as well. Parts, a new tractor, or a tall tale. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Call them at 626-8759. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. The Scotty Ray Report studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners.
On a hot day chasing crime in Meridian, to make a man thirsty, there's no better way than an ice-cold Coca-Cola to quench your thirst.
Or an ice-cold Diet Coke if you prefer that flavor.
No matter where you're at, stop by a local store and support that store and Meridian Coca-Cola. They're supporting us every day.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. And if you noticed last night, it was Carhartt weather. Let me just show you a picture from a live scene last night.
You do look a little pale. Was it cold?
It was very cold. And I'd turn on my heat and I'd stand across the street and I'd watch this.
Wait a minute, that wasn't that heated jacket?
Nope, I didn't have it with me.
Oh.
My batteries wasn't charged. This is the quick stop at 5 Points. And it came out as a robbery. So I showed up on scene. The more I studied it, I wasn't seeing yellow tape, so I said, something is not exactly right. And what happened was, as Andy Griffith would say, it was two guys that went in the store. Well, they pulled guns on each other. It was kind of like what they would call, I guess, a Mexican standoff to a degree.
Yeah.
Till the other one took the other one's gun and fled the scene. So it was a armed robbery of a weapon is what happened, you see. Yeah. No one was hurt, and they fled the scene and headed toward Old Marion Road was, I think, the last time they saw them. But that's what the huge police presence was there last night. That was 9:30-ish or so that we were out at that. Wow. But that's what was going on there. And this is like where you're going up to the hospitals in downtown Meridian, 14th and Front Street.
Yeah, Acme Plaza,
right.
Woodstock Furniture, and all that little area there.
So I wanted to make clear what that was, because all during the live video I had not got confirmation, and I kept using the word probability, is possible, highly possible, to be straight up with everybody. But that's what that was about last night. They pulled it on each other, and that's what went down. Now, I need to say something before we get into some serious stuff. During these interviews, I've caught little cue words from you. You've brought up the word Jesus a few times. I heard a Bible verse. You're also a pastor on top of all this, are you not?
That's right. I am a pastor. I preach every Sunday at Corinth Baptist Church in McGee, Mississippi, which is our family's home church. And I love to share the good news of Jesus Christ. I believe the Bible, And it is the most important part of who I am and my family is our faith, our Christian faith.
Amen.
And that will never change, you know.
But do you know how many politicians there are that are scared to ever say the word God, faith, that just they dance around it when you bring it up?
You know, I'm aware of that because people have attacked me over this since I was in the legislature, and they criticize me. They say, you need to check your faith at the door. I don't do that. I can't do that. If you want. And the good people of Mississippi have always voted for me and supported for me because, again, that's who Mississippi is. We believe in the Lord. Even those who may not be regular church goers have a fundamental faith, I think, and a sense of what is right and wrong, and it's a biblical-based faith. So when you're talking about law enforcement, you're talking about enforcing the law. That's a biblical concept, that the law is there for a good reason, to promote good conduct and to punish and deter bad conduct. And so everything that I believe in really flows from my faith, and that'll never change.
Now, how many years you been married?
24. My wife Leslie and I will celebrate 25 years next year. We have 4 children: Joseph, Benjamin, Abigail, and Sarah.
2 and 2.
Man, y'all gotta have a van to go to town.
Well, he had to have farm hands.
They raised look, I raised a family. It's expensive to raise a family, and it's more expensive now than it's ever been. And so young families need our support. Yeah.
Let me just ask this, because everybody's gonna go, oh yeah, on this. What does it cost? Say y'all go out to have a steak. What is the average bill?
He's a cattleman. He's got that out there roaming.
Look, cattle prices are better than they've been in a long, long time, but the beef is high as well. So when we go out to the steakhouse, I mean, we're going to shell out $200, $250 for a family of 6.
Yeah.
And so we've gotten where Leslie and I just share a plate. We got two hungry, big growing boys, 20 and 21, and they're about grown now. And then 2 daughters, Abby and Sarah, that are 16 and 14. And they love to ride our horses, and we do live on our farm. We still live on our farm.
Oh, and I have to say this: the pictures up, man, your place is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we're thankful to God for allowing to. You know, we made a decision years ago when we got married that we would stay on the farm and raise our family on the farm, and it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made. And we have 2 great boys, 2 great daughters. My oldest son is a ranch hand on a 26,000-acre ranch in Montana. So
oh, wow.
I don't normally have this beard, but when I went out there and it was 17 degrees, I decided to let it grow last week for Thanksgiving. When I got back to Mississippi, it felt colder in Mississippi than it did in Montana, y'all. I'm not joking.
Is that the picture from the trip?
Right. That's my. Okay, on the left is my oldest son Joseph, and then that's my wife Leslie in the middle, and then our middle son Benjamin right there. Ben is 20. He's a student at Mississippi College. Joe's a ranch hand out there in Montana. And when he did an interview out there for this big job, they asked him, that's where he works. They said, can you drive a tractor? He said, yes, sir. He did a Zoom interview. I taught him to drive a tractor. Can you bale hay? Yes, sir. They said, number 3, most important, can you back a trailer? He said, yes, sir. And he got the job.
Back a trailer?
And he's doing well out there. And then Ben's kind of our hunting and fishing enthusiast. He manages the wildlife on our farm, and I've been doing a lot of hunting with him lately. And then Abigail is in 4-H showing sheep, and she loves that program. It's the best workforce development program in Mississippi is 4-H and our FFA programs. And then Sarah is our baby girl. She's 14. She takes care of our horses, and that's our family right there. Just last year, that's
beautiful family.
Well, to God be the glory. I tell you, we're blessed, and family is another thing that I'm a big believer in. I've got ideas about ways to encourage folks in Mississippi to get married, to keep having children. We have this problem called brain drain, and a lot of our young people are leaving. We want them to stay here, start a family here, have lots of children here, and we'll be blessed as a society as a result. And there's no better place to raise a family than right here in the great state of Mississippi.
I wonder how many people can say, what does your governor do on Sunday? We can say ours preaches.
What are you doing here in this picture here?
Last Friday, the Friday before Thanksgiving, that's General, Bobby Ginn, who's the Adjutant General of the Mississippi National Guard. He hosts a prayer breakfast on the week of Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, and they asked me to come give a devotion. So I was honored to speak to over 200 of our servicemen and women and the National Guard. We have a very close working relationship, actually. They come to our state fair, they come to our Dixie National, and we have partnered with the Mississippi National Guard for a number of years now. So when I'm elected governor, we're only going to grow that relationship and have it to be even more targeted to support our servicemen and women in uniform. They need our support. Thank them every day. For a lot of them did not get to come home for Thanksgiving and won't for Christmas, but thank them for serving. But also, they work to serve the people of Mississippi, and as I mentioned, there's a role, I believe, for them to play in public safety in the right situation, like Jackson.
Now, Odie, you brought up a minute ago about truck drivers, and we hadn't got back on that yet.
Yeah,
you had a question for him on that.
Speaking English, and you talked about how nationally you have states out there that are just handing out CDL license to anybody. And what are your thoughts on Mississippi and who gets those CDLs and who's allowed to drive and operate these huge machines on our roads?
Well, it needs to be an American citizen or someone who is here legally, not an illegal immigrant who can't speak English. And even if they are here legally, they need to make sure that they can speak English and follow the road sign directions and all that. Not only that, we need to limit it to our citizens, to our people. We also need to limit our SNAP benefits. There's food stamps and the welfare programs that actually have a call later today with the USDA Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. And there's a program coming to turn off that spigot for illegals in Mississippi.
Surprisingly, and correct me if I'm wrong here, most of that money that's in the SNAP program is going to people who are not American citizens. Am I right on that?
There's a whole lot. The truth is nobody really knows, but she's getting to the bottom of this, and so we're working with them. Now, the Mississippi Department of Ag does not administer the SNAP program in Mississippi. That's the Department of Human Services, and they have a need. I'll say this for DHS. They have an old computer program that's antiquated, and they're trying to get that upgraded. And when they get that upgraded, they'll be able to enforce a lot of these kind of restrictions that USDA is going to be talking about. But in the meanwhile, it's bottom line is, if you're here legally, we want you here. We're glad to see you. We want you here. But if you're not here legally, you need to go, and you need to come back the right way. When I was in the legislature, I fought hard, and the House did pass a bill to crack down on illegal immigration. This was back in 2012, 2013, and back then.
You served from 2008 to 2012.
That's right, to 2018. 2018. I got in 08 and I left in 18, so 10 years. But I was the chairman that brought that immigration enforcement bill out and handled it on the floor. A 6-hour debate. The Democrats fought it, and they said there was no reason we needed to enforce the law on illegals, and the Senate killed it. And here we are 10 years later, and this is the front and center of not only state but federal policy, and we've got to make sure that we fix this, enforce the law. I support President Trump. I support what he's doing, and support his administration as well. So we're going to be working toward that, and that gives you an idea of what I'm going to do when I'm governor. I'm not beating around the bush on this. These are things I will do on day one when I'm elected.
So governor. You were also named Conservative Legislator of the Year. You've also the Defender of Freedom from the NRA.
That's right.
And then here's a big one, and that is House Bill 1510, which protects and pushes pro-life.
I actually wrote and authored House Bill 1510 with my colleague, Representative Becky Curry, and that is the law that overturned Roe versus Wade in the whole country. So I have a long track record, not of just talking about things, but actually getting things done. And that is my philosophy. I get so sick and so tired of politicians who just talk about a problem for 20 years and then never do anything about it. And you have a lot of people who've actually never accomplished anything who are saying that, what they're going to do. I have a proven track record. That's why I tell folks I am Mississippi's proven conservative leader, whether it's on our gun rights, public safety, whether it's on pro-life issues or even religious freedom. I'm the guy that was in the trenches fighting those fights over the last decade to make sure we have those freedoms and protections in Mississippi. And when I'm elected governor, I'm not going to quit fighting. I'm going to fight harder than ever.
I don't know if you know about this problem, but I'm going to ask you. Have you sat in a chair in the governor's mansion lately? That's the most. Those chairs are absolutely like sitting on plywood. You need something's got to be done over there.
No, but that was some big old shrimp we ate over there for Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it took 2 hands to hold one.
We got invited to a get together at the mansion on. One day this week or next week, I can't remember. Yeah, I've sat in those hard chairs.
Yeah, they are not comfortable, are they?
I've been there. I was in the legislature making policy too. And I tell folks this: I'm not looking to get in the governor's mansion. I'll be there for sure. But what I'm asking for folks is to put me in that governor's office because I want to work and get the job done from the governor's office, both at the legislature, and I don't mind calling a special session when it's time and the right thing to do to make sure that
I agree with
particular matters need to be addressed, and the people of Mississippi will support me on these particular matters. And so I want to work. I want to keep working for the people. You know what I've done. I've never backed down. They tried to cancel the State Fair. They tried to cancel the Dixie National. I never canceled anything. I'm not part of the cancel culture. I have fought it for my whole career, and we're going to keep promoting Mississippi. My job as ag commissioner is to promote all the great things about our great state, and we started a program called Genuine Mississippi, genuinems.com. You can go there and find everything grown, raised, crafted and made right here in the great state of Mississippi. We have the best people, the best products, and we can take that to the next level when I'm elected your governor.
Man, that is awesome, and we've got some more coming. We
Absolutely.
need to do another one of those commercials.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty. Last night, this was us on City Hall lawn as we went along there. We took a lot of pictures. It was so much fun.
But she looked like she was having more fun than she was fighting the cold.
And these girls, let me tell you, bless their heart, they froze. I don't know if you could see that, but that's pantyhose, and that's cold. I don't care who you are.
They say that keeps you warm. I don't know, but
I don't know the answer to what I'm fixing to show you next, but I don't know which one she is. But one of these is Julia.
It's probably the tree. Look how short them other ones are.
But one of those is that girl.
Well, which one had a broom?
Because before we talked, and she says, I'm going to dress. I said, well, you got to show me. And she wouldn't tell me what she was going to wear. And I got kind of caught up in the crowd, and I never made it to that side of the tree. So
I think she was the tree.
We're going to let Greg determine that on Friday as to what she was, which one she was. Hey, we were out yesterday. Also, a press conference was held at Fire Station Number 1 there. Here's Chief Evans. He's talking about, they've put their own training facility there.
Yeah, this is something that you're able to build a fire in one end. There you see it there. And it allows heat and smoke to build up. There's no better way to train except in the correct environment. Mm-hmm. And you can't tell someone, hey, look, it's going to be smoky and it's going to be hot.
Right.
And them understand what it is. And you have to put them in there in a controlled environment that they're safe, but they get to experience what that turkey just felt like.
Yeah.
You know, you bake a turkey at, 450?
I'm not a cook. I don't know.
And these temperatures here in these fires that we go in range anywhere from 8 to 1,100 degrees that you can safely get in. They get hotter than that. They reach 1,200 degrees and you got to get out. But you're in there in temperature 2 times as hot as that turkey just got through cooking in.
All I got to say is somebody's got to be there to talk about it. That's my job.
Is that what you? We're gonna put you in gear and get you in there.
Let me ask you something of a rumor I've always heard. Is it true below the Coliseum that there's a volcano in Jackson?
It's absolutely true.
You're kidding?
We have a fairgrounds in Mississippi that is built on the top of an old volcano crater. It's actually the lowest point in the city, and that's why when the floods came in '79 and other floods, that our area floods first, because it's so low. So, and I know that for a fact because back during the Jackson water crisis, y'all remember that crazy fiasco?
Yeah.
Every pipe in Jackson, Mississippi busted. And here I said, I'm not going to be victim to that. So we drilled our own well on the fairgrounds. I signed an executive order, drilled a well, and the geologist came and said, confirmed, the commissioner, there's an old volcano. I said, well, drill and get us some water, but don't set it off. All right? And so they hit water at about 800 feet, and they tell me that the top of that old crater is about another 1,000 feet under there. So we ought to be good. And we hit an underground reservoir with enough water for generations. And,
that's great.
And so we don't have to rely. That's how we've been able to keep the Dixie National going, and regardless of the water situation in Jackson. And we served as a disaster staging area for that water relief. Yep. And we're able to fill people's jugs up with water from our good well water.
Let me ask this. As we talk about Mississippi's economy, we talked about the catfish being huge here. Of course, chicken is big, and we've got cattle, and of course, we've got all of this dealing with our trees.
Yeah.
What do we need to do as I drive around from small town to small town at Union, Mississippi, down to Quitman, Mississippi? You see the remnants of old buildings where manufacturing used to be.
That's right.
What is it that Mississippi needs to do as we see a push finally to have factories built back in America? What do we need to do, and you as governor, to have people that want to come here to do this?
Well, what we have to do is bring back what was offshored. And the reason so many of these jobs and factories, and the reason we're buying butter beans from Mexico is because of the workforce situation. There was a time where, it was prohibitively expensive for folks to do that work, so they could do cheap labor down in Mexico or somewhere overseas to sew our cotton together into a T-shirt. What we've got the opportunity now that we've never had is this modern technology. And I'm not a fan of AI, okay? It's coming. It's going to take a lot of people's jobs, but it does present us with an opportunity for new jobs to bring this kind of technology, manufacturing technology back, to process our own peas and butter beans and can them again, to actually make our own cotton fabrics and textiles again, to make sure we do something with our own soybeans rather than depending on China to buy them overseas.
Right.
And bringing these technologies back is going to be a big, big deal, not only for the future of the economy of Mississippi and to support our farmers and our people's demand for local food. People want to buy local food. They want to buy local products. But it's actually going to be critical for the future of this country because, as I told you, in 19 years' time, the water resources of America are going to be centered right here in Mississippi, and we can strategically position our state to take advantage of that, to feed ourselves, to grow our economy, to take advantage of the new technology that you don't have to have, 25 people sewing together, but new and better jobs overseeing that type of technology to bring that manufacturing back to our soil. Our seafood is a great example. 90% of the seafood sold in America today is foreign seafood, and we have a Gulf Coast that is full of seafood, but it's been decimated because we relied so much on these foreign products. Bringing it back here, processing it here, taking advantage of the technology, and getting the right people in those good-paying jobs to make sure we produce our own food, fiber, and shelter for us and for the rest of America.
I remember back, I was a kid, and I started seeing and I don't want anybody to take this wrong what I'm saying. Do you remember when we used to have a lot of farmland, and all of a sudden we started seeing pine trees going there, and our farmer was almost put out of business.
Right.
And I think it was done on purpose by the federal government.
It was. In 1991, 1992, the USDA Farm Administration of the time said, hey, we'll pay you to plant pine trees. one of the worst policies that was ever put in place.
And that's what I was getting at, what your thoughts were.
We have too many pine trees. I spoke last night at the Forest and Lamar County Forestry Association, and the thing is, we have a lot of good wood industry here, but we have so much wood that our landowners are not benefiting from it because the prices are so low. And one of the reasons is, even though we have all this wood, there's these foreign imports coming in here that's cheaper than they can harvest here locally. That's got to stop. That's being adjusted right now by the Trump administration. But our oversupply of wood has hurt our landowners, it's hurt the wood industry, and what we really need is for folks to start building a bunch of houses again. That's kind of been on a slow since Biden inflation and high interest rates, but that's coming back the right direction.
And that's why it's been such a push to get these interest rates down to where people can do that.
That's right. I am on our farm. We also have a tree farm, and so I fully understand, in a way I don't think any other elected official does understand, the value of timber, and it is our second largest product and business in the state of Mississippi. Poultry is number one. Let me back up. Agriculture is the biggest industry in the state of Mississippi. When you think about it, farm production, wood production, and the manufacturing that goes along with that, far and away, that's the backbone of our economy. We got to keep it strong. But poultry is number one. Chicken, I'll tell you, huge. One plant in Carthage processing 2 million birds a day.
2 million?
2 million, 2 million birds a week. 60% of that going to Chick-fil-A, all right? And that
don't we love some Chick-fil-A?
That's right. another plant being built that's going to do 100% Chick-fil-A. That's just one plant I'm talking about. But then right behind that is forestry. So our forestry industry is hurting right now due to a lot of different factors. This European Union deforestation rule, the foreign dumping of cheap wood from overseas. We're going to bring it back domestic, strengthen our mills, bring more mills in here. There's new things that we can do with wood besides make paper. Paper is kind of going away. I mean, that's a fundamental change in our society, but there are new things that we can do with pellets and other wood products and create new markets for our wood industry. So those are the top two. Then right behind that, soybeans, cotton and corn and beef. And beef cattle is a bright spot in our ag economy right now. It's for the first time in a long time, cattlemen are actually making a little money, and I want to thank them. And we need to keep rebuilding our American herd, not relying on this foreign beef from all over the world. We got to build back our American herd. It's smaller now than it's been since the 40s because of the droughts and other issues out west. But we're building it back, and our cattle producers are the best in the country.
Mississippi farms, Mississippi cows, owned, operated by Mississippi families right here at home, and no other country come in, buy our farmland, and raise our food for us.
That's exactly right. One of the things that I'm proud that we've done since I've been commissioner is we've actually tripled our Mississippi beef processing capacity. We had, back during the COVID situation, some grant funds that were available, and we went to existing processors, mom and pop, local small businesses, said, hey, would you become a USDA processor? And we went from having 3 USDA approved meat processors, that's beef and pork, to now we have over 7, and there's another one coming online. So we've got capacity-wise, we've tripled or quadrupled our ability to process our own meat, and you can find processors now locally in every region of the state, and you can buy local beef that's raised on a farm and fed on a farm, and we're proud of that. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about applying to everything that we produce, from soybeans to corn to cotton, to blueberries and sweet potatoes and all the great things that make Mississippi fantastic.
I'm telling you, Mississippi is great. We'll be right back. More coming up.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
For over 40 years, you've been able to count on Watt Equipment in DeKalb, Mississippi. They've got your Massey Ferguson's brand new 23 up to 135 horse cab and air tractors. They've got all your hay equipment needs, all your bush hogs. If your tractor needs it, they got it. Also remember, they service all makes and models, whether it's green, orange, blue, red, or yellow. They can get your parts in, they can do your service on your equipment. Don't forget Watt Equipment, DeKalb, Mississippi.
Welcome back. We found yesterday, as the week began, this is small in comparison. And I mentioned locally, we didn't have any major accidents in the Meridian area. Normally, at a Thanksgiving, I'm somewhere telling you we've had a fatality. Statewide, we only had 2 fatalities. And we meant to bring that up yesterday. Although it's sad that we have those numbers in comparison
we're going the right way.
6,000 tickets was written, though. Y'all were in a hurry going somewhere.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you do not want to get pulled over on Thanksgiving speeding, because these guys are missing eating turkey with their family. You think they're just going to say, be okay? No, that's not the day you want to get a meeting on the side of the road.
Have we got any ball games coming up this weekend? Or
well, let me tell you about a ball game. We don't have one coming this week, but hotty toddy. This Lane fella that some people talk about.
Yeah, we heard of him there.
He sells corn dogs now. Doesn't really bother us no more. But number 6, Ole Miss, who is most likely going to be playing Notre Dame's what it's looking like right now. Where at, you should ask?
I asked.
Right there in Oxford, Mississippi at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, a home game. The 11-0 Ole Miss Rebels will be taking on hopefully Notre Dame, or it doesn't matter. But our team is prepared. They are ready. We are pushing forward, and we're going to make one heck of a run because our push for the national championship is not over. Y'all just stand by, and Kiffin's over there going, he should have stayed, but we didn't want him now anyway.
Have you heard if Mississippi State's going to keep the same guy? I don't even know who he is.
They've got a cowbell's the only thing they're keeping.
One day, y'all, we're going to come back and win a game. It's going to happen. We feel it.
We got this company that says we're going to invest $10 billion into Lauderdale County, and we're going to build all of these mega centers. And when they gave the press conference, they said, thank you for building a $10 billion project here. Please have a cowbell.
Oh, I was there. I remember that.
Dang. What did I do with this?
They didn't know what to do with that.
Oh, Georgia is going to win that game. I'm sorry to tell you, for all your Bama fans. I hope my wife's not listening. I don't think Bama can beat Georgia this go around.
You don't think so?
I don't. Not the way they played the last couple of games.
It wasn't the best. I've seen a lot better there.
Auburn liked to. It come down to the last 5 minutes of that ball game.
Look, when are we going to get the lead coach shuffle back in the state of Mississippi?
Right.
Wrestling.
Oh, I tell you what.
Do y'all remember when that was?
I remember that.
Way up there. Again, if you're just tuning in, let me introduce this guy here. This is Commissioner Andy Gibson. He's been doing a fantastic job at what he does, and he wants to be your next governor. That's a big decision for us to have the right guy at the right time.
Christian-led.
Yes, sir.
It is a big decision. It's a big decision for my family to decide, we're going to do this, because I know what comes with that. When you put your name out there, you're going to get attacked. You're going to get, all the things that come with it. Politics is a nasty business.
Oh, it's horrible.
I got a real thick skin, and the thing about it is I'm not going to fudge. You're not going to wonder where I'm at. You know where I'm at on the issues for the last over the decade, and you know the fights that I'm willing to fight for the people of Mississippi. And I got a website out there. It's andygibson.com, and make sure you put Gibson with a P. It's not Gibson with a B. andygibsonwithap.com, and you can find out what I believe in, a little more about me. We can sign up for our updates there if you'd like to do that. But yeah, we're just getting kicked off here, and it's a long way away. The election won't be till 2027, but I truly do believe that the Lord is calling me to do this. I would not be running for governor in 27 if I didn't believe that. And I want to make a positive difference for the people of this state, the state of Mississippi that I love. Born, raised, grew up here, lived here all my life, lived on our farm, and I understand Mississippi and our rural values, and we're going to keep it that way as we serve as your governor. With your support, I'm humbly asking for your support, your prayers, and when the right time comes, your vote.
Here's the website if anybody wants to see what this looks like. And just as you scroll down here, you'll get to meet your family there.
That's right. What I believe in, got a platform on there. You can scroll on down, sign up. There's kind of what my agenda is. Public safety, I talked about that. That's what I'm going to do. If you want to know what I'm going to do, that's it. One of the things I'm going to do is direct every agency to roll back regulations that are not required or mandated by state or federal law. We got so much bureaucracy that's creeped into all the different aspects of our lives. There's too much government, and there is a proper role for government. Public safety is the most proper role for government, but there's too much control of government in our lives in a lot of different areas that really it has no business being. So I want to make sure we get more freedom.
I think I agree with that statement a whole lot there.
I could talk about that for another hour. One day you want to do that. Yeah.
Ronald Reagan said, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Yeah, but
that's the last thing you want to hear.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
A lot of positive comments that we're seeing here across here. People saying they support you and they like what you have to say. It's been so, as I mentioned earlier and hinted at, you're not scared to speak what's on your heart.
I'm not. I go directly to the people. I am who I am. You're not going to find an alternate Andy Gibson out there. I've lived a very clear life. I pastor a church. I've lived in front of the people, led on important issues, and won battles for the people of Mississippi, such as overturning Roe versus Wade. And I will continue doing that as your governor. I humbly ask for your support. I'm not going to change. I'm conservative, proven, and I've actually gotten things done, unlike most everybody who's in public service these days.
Well, that's one thing is while we're sitting here and we're talking, we didn't sit down and say, hey, we want to ask you this. Yeah. You didn't bring in anything and say, let's talk about this only. We've sat down, we've had a conversation, and he hasn't picked up a single thing to read. He hasn't had anything in front of him to read. Every time we've asked a question, he came back with an answer. And that's somebody who's not thinking about what is the political correct response. It is his response. Mr. Gibson, I mean, that is awesome right there to have someone come in and just sit down and straightforward what your thoughts, beliefs, and where you align with the Mississippi people.
Well, I'm not a typical politician, and I got into public service for 4 reasons. Well, at that time too, Joseph and Benjamin, to make a better Mississippi for them. Now I have 4 reasons to serve as your commissioner and governor: Joseph, Benjamin, Abigail, and Sarah. And everything I do is, what can we do to have a better life for our children, to have more families here in Mississippi, more young people staying in Mississippi and growing our great state. And I really do believe, I don't have the millions of dollars, and I'll never have the millions of dollars that some politicians have, because I don't sell out. And I tell the truth, I speak what's on my mind, and I don't back down. And some folks don't like that. And I go directly to the people, and I guess in that way I'm a little more like Donald Trump than some folks might be. But I thank you for having me on. I love your show. I watch it. I listen, and I think you're doing a great job here.
All right, coming up, we're going to ask this man to do a Bible verse for us. Yeah. 17 in Nebraska as they're watching this morning from Nebraska.
It's going to get hot at the house. My wife was watching, but she did say there is a ball game this weekend, and it is Alabama versus Georgia for the SEC championship.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see what happens.
All right, that's one game.
All right, we'll be right back with birthdays.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings.
We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. As the morning is starting to warm, we need to talk about Santa Claus, where he's going to be.
Santa Claus is coming to Russell. Santa Claus is. He will be there Saturday morning with some breakfast. Going to be some pancakes, going to be some sausage, and going to be Santa Claus is coming in to let all the kids come up and tell Santa Claus what they want for Christmas. You can't miss it. Russell Volunteer Fire Department. Right out there in the Russell community. Go out there, take your kids, take the whole family, get you some breakfast, support a great cause while you're out there, and have the kids sit down with Santa Claus. It's getting close to that time. Santa Claus needs to know what all's on there. But remember, it is Santa Claus, and it is to have fun, but the true meaning of Christmas is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ himself. He is number one, but at the same time, enjoy this time of the year and spend some time with family and have those kids go out and enjoy this time as well.
I had a note from Philadelphia that said that they're having their hometown Christmas program starting there in downtown on Friday from 5 until 8, and then, of course, the Christmas parades. Now, tonight, let me bring up some Christmas parades that are going to be happening. Butler, Alabama will be tonight at 7:30. The time got changed. We look at Scuba, Mississippi, downtown.
Scuba! They're going to go right around the courthouse?
Well, we lost it. We don't have a courthouse. We got it. Only thing left, I think, that we got was the library. No, wait a minute. That's gone.
Oof.
Let me think. What do we got? We got the town hall.
You got a four-way stop.
And we got the town. It's just changed since I was a kid. 6 p.m. Be there with us there. Meridian will be tomorrow night. No, today's Wednesday. Friday at 5:30 is when that will be kicking off. As we go to Quitman, 6 p.m. Decatur, 6 p.m. Friday. Noxapater, 6 p.m. Forest will be Friday, 6 p.m. And then as we get into Saturday, we'll do those tomorrow there. But those are a few of the ones that are going on there. And if we don't have your Christmas parade on this big list here, please let us know. That's a heap of them. We'd love to add your name to our list right here.
Meridian, I want to touch on that one. Meridian. If you signed up for the parade, you got an email that tells you where you're going to line up. And remember, we're not doing this anyway like it has been in years past. Totally different, totally opposite way. It's going to be starting at Lauderdale County Government Complex.
$68 million worth?
It's going to be.
Did I bring it? Oh, I accidentally said that again.
Back behind that, you're speaking out loud.
$10,000 to mow the grass.
Out loud. It's going to be on the other side of 26th Avenue. It's going to hit 22nd Avenue and go straight all the way to 14th Street at the hospital. It's not going to turn, weave through town. It's going straight ahead. But if you have a float in there, check your email, look, and I'm telling y'all, the rules, they're serious about who, what, where, when, and why, so y'all pay attention to that.
We'll go over some rules tomorrow. That'll be
We'll go over
fun.
rules tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, why not? That's a good time there.
Unless you want to walk. So,
Well, somebody's walking on mine because I went and bought a lot. Somebody better be walking beside the float. That's all I got to say. I didn't know about that rule until a while ago, and I went, ooh. But they are. Are y'all having a Christmas parade in your hometown?
We are. We have a lot of them, actually. In Simpson County, we have Braxton, Mendenhall, McGee. We've got them in Delo, all over the place, Harrisville. And so we love to celebrate Christmas. This is my favorite time of year. My birthday is December 21st. Jesus' birthday is the 25th. And I'm going to be looking to get a big old deer here in the woods.
There you go.
Absolutely.
This weekend, Lord willing, yeah.
Hope that happens.
Favorite time of year, get out and enjoy God's beautiful creation.
We got any birthdays there, Odie?
We got a few. We've got, let's see, Tammy Piner Shelton's got a birthday. Barbara Jones got a birthday. Mary Etheridge, Chuck Braddock, Amber Robinson, and Megan Higginbotham, 30 years young today. So y'all have a happy birthday today. Happy anniversary to anybody out there. Hope we didn't miss anything.
As always, when we got a man that's near the cloth, we ask him to lead us with a Bible verse.
I have to turn that
yes,
over.
Sir.
Add off to this, as I was listening here and thinking about this Bible verse and this being the time of Christmas that it is, we need to remember to keep Christ in the center of Christmas. It is his birthday. It is the reason we have Christmas, that Jesus came to save us. And Isaiah 9:6 says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Jesus Christ. Happy birthday, Jesus. May God bless you and yours as you celebrate Christmas, this wonderful time of year. Get out and go to all those parades. But remember, Jesus Christ is the reason that we celebrate this season. Thank you, Scotty Ray, for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. We have had a ball. Now, I did take my hat off. I had to put that back on.
Put it back on.
I can't be sure. I scare people out of my hat.
Well, it gets brighter with these lights.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Again, we appreciate that. When you get to the governor's mansion, don't forget us there. We always enjoy
us little people down here.
Oh, look,
absolutely.
Look, this is the real people. Y'all are my kind of people, real folks. And I'll be getting out and seeing more of you as the time gets closer. But I just want to come and spend a little time with you today. I want to thank you for having me. Thank you, Odie. Thank you, Scotty Ray. And
we appreciate it.
God bless y'all in your show. I'm going to keep listening in.
Amen.
All right. Again, we want to thank each and every one of you for inviting us into your homes each and every day. We'll be back. We'll be on the streets today finding out what's going on behind the scenes.
Some of us will be in the water.
You got to go dive, right?
Yeah.
What time are you hitting the water?
10 o'clock.
Good for you.
About 10:30. We're going to let it warm up a little bit before we jump in there.
I'd wait till about 2. We'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.